Right, here we go again. This is just going to be why this radio was my choice. I tested 20, 30 radios, should have sold them. They're all sat out. Some of them are over there, but yeah, I've got lots of radios still that I've tested against the me original one. You know, the old trusty. Still keep it. It's still a great radio for the money. But no, I tested loads to see what I could find to come up against it, and nothing's touched it. There's one other. I'm not going into that because it has an issue that is just, I just don't like it. So that's it. But this fantastic little radio. This is absolutely fantastic. So let's get straight into why this radio with this software, a firmware that I've put on it, is so good for the airband. And if you have one of these, the way it works is still the same basic as what the original does. If you've got one and you're thinking of upgrading, if not, and you're just thinking of buying one because you go to airports, military fields, and you want to listen to the aircraft, this is why this is so much different to the original. If you remember, the original had 200 memories and you could split them over two sections. So let's say you like civil and you go to Gatwick and Heathrow, you could split that 200 into two groups, and that was it. Now let's add a third. So you want to go to Bristol. Bristol had to go in with all the others. So what this means, and this is where the scanners really work, and people say, oh, it's scanning but it's not getting anything because they've been and bought their 125 pre-programmed and they've got all the banks open. It is scanning 500 memories. This new one has 1,000, by the way. Alright, so what it's doing, it'll start, yes, it'll scan very fast. Like something like 80 a second, but that's still 5 or 6 seconds to go through. But some transmissions only last 1 or 2 seconds, as you probably know. You've missed it. So where a scanner works is the least amount it's scanning to get what you want, you'll get more hits. And this is why this is so good. This now doesn't have the 200 memories over to list, so your Lakenheath, your Conisbee, whatever. It's now 1,000 channels, not 200, and they're split over 24 scan lists. So if we go into menu, and I'm already at it, which is memory 18. If you look, I've got that set. I can name them as well now. So whereas before it was scan list 1 or scan list 2, of all your scan lists, if we go through, you can probably see that one is Bristol, BRS. If I go through, oh, sorry, you have to select it with the menu still. Now, it still keeps your what you're doing in the menu bar. So I'm playing with scan lists. Bristol, Bryce, Kemble. There you go. So Kemble's got its own memory. So if I'm going to Kemble, there's a good chance all I'm going to get is Kemble because they only have one frequency. So it just scans one. There is another way of doing that, as you might know, which is just to turn it into VFO mode and just leave it on one. I've just done that because I do go to Kemble because I live local. Great cafe there. Recommend it. AV8. Great, lovely food, great day out really, aircraft to look at and watch, good day out if you ever want it, if you're down in the Cotswolds. Great fun. So yeah, so obviously it's gone back, go to scanners. So we've got the Bristol, Bryce, Kemble, there are loads of them. That's radio. That's empty. I've only put 5 or 6 into this at the moment, although I have got radios that I've got 22. I think this one here, maybe this one, I think I've got 22 scan lists in that, because I'm obviously playing with them all still. But yeah, so that's one of the things that makes this fantastic. Another thing is it does 8.33 step, which a lot of the other radios don't do. Yes, the 125 does, yeah, but this does, and it does it fantastic. I'm looking at the list here, what I've done. It's got the scan list. Another one it's got, which is a bit strange, which you might not know about, which is menu 22, which is carrier. Now the carrier is where the signal's coming from, basically. But what's good is you can adjust the timeout now. So once it's received the signal, and let's say the pilot has turned his mic off, it's how quick the radio returns to scanning after it's lost the signal. Well, on the original one, it was just set within the radio. Now you can adjust it to like something like a quarter of a second, something like that. It is absolutely mental what you can do with that. Another one on my list that I think is really good. You can program the buttons on the side here now. So I've done this one. If I short or long press this button here, there you go, it starts scanning. Now we'll leave it there because I'm going to zoom in again. Oh, sorry, went the wrong way. There we go. Okay, the green light up there is saying it's got a signal, but I've turned it down, so we could turn it up in a minute maybe. But now, can you see here this line that is going very, very fast? Yeah, that's how fast it's scanning. This new radio with the firmware I'm putting on them has seriously fast scanning compared to the old one. And once again, within the test I done against the 125, the Holy Grail, it totally kept up with it. It never missed anything that the 125 got. It got sometimes more than what the 125 got, and yeah, absolutely great. Now then, another feature that this radio has with this firmware that makes it a game changer is while you're scanning, you see it's scanning so fast you can hardly see it moving. If I move it up a little bit more, oh no, I don't want to do it, but it is scanning, it's ridiculously fast. Now what I need it to do is to find a signal and stop, so I'll keep talking about it. But I would like to say I'm not slagging the 125 off here. I've got a 125, I've had it for years, it is fantastic. But what does my head in is, as soon as anyone puts on any aviation group, anything like that, and says I want a scanner, I'm going to Conisbee next week, there's 300 posts saying buy this, buy this, buy this. And then if I come on there and mention these radios, well, they're rubbish, mate, not true AM and all that lot. They've probably never had one of these radios, you know, and I challenge them to come and have a go with one of these against theirs at any airfield, and it'll embarrass them really. So what I'm going to do now, I'll just be quiet for a second, right, because I want this to stop. I want to get a signal, the green light, and I want it to stop. So I need to do something, which is the feature that this radio's got compared to what the old K5 has, and that is, if you had it programmed and you're getting interference from a frequency, every time it scanned it would lock out on that frequency. Now there we go, that one. Now did you notice I pressed and held menu and then it carried on scanning? And you can't see it because it's probably one of the first. What happens is when this happens, it actually locks that frequency out for you now, which it never used to do in the old firmware. So this is absolutely great. It's a game changer. So if you're at, say, I don't know, you've gone to Lakenheath and you're getting interference on one of the channels that's been programmed into it, I've done for you, right? You just press and hold the menu button and it will skip it. You won't lose it. It's just temporary skipping it. As soon as you turn the radio off and back on again, it's back, so you don't lose it, which is an absolute great feature. Now if I can get another one up in a minute when it stops, hopefully, it actually tells you that you've got blocked out frequencies. And what it is this line that goes across there, it's hard to see with this isn't a very good one to show you really, but what happens is if you've got a lot of frequencies in there, this has only got maybe 10 in it, so it's very fast. All right, what happens is that line across there ends up getting like little white lines, gaps in it, and those gaps are where in its range of memories that you're scanning you've locked one out. So it's very clever and it's just brilliant. So when I'm scanning with this radio, if I think, oh, did I block a channel out that I might be picking up now, if I've got a white line there in that bar, then I know that I've locked one out. Brilliant. Just quickly flick it off, turn it on again, 5 seconds later, like I'm doing now. If I do that, it's got a little mini con. It instantly scans when you turn it back on as well. There you go. So can you now see that this bar goes all the way to the end? Whereas after I pressed the menu button, yeah, it was starting over here. It's because I'd blocked that channel out. It always uses the whole bar. So if you've got two, there you go. If I press menu, press and hold menu on there, and we'll scan. Oh, do like that. So we go scan. Oh, I must have pressed another button by mistake there, but yeah, so you got it. Can you notice how it's got the full bar in there now? Whereas when I pressed the menu and I blocked that channel out, it had a bit of the bar, which I've done again. Now do you notice it's got the white bar in the middle of it? Bit silly on 1336, that's one of the biggest hits I get in my house, but it's not, it's skipping that frequency now, and that white dot is telling you you are skipping frequencies. The more memories you got, the more the slower that line obviously goes to say it's scanning. And what happens is because it's going slower and there's more memories, you'll end up with 3 or 4 white lines in it. It's just brilliant. Absolutely fantastic radio, with the firmware that I'm putting on it. Now this radio still works with chirp. You've got to do a bit of work this time, I'm afraid, to get it to work. There's modules you've got to put in, and now instead of having 2 scan lists, you've got 24. So I'm now going to do some videos for the K1 and chirp, and I'll do it again. Lesson 1, lesson 2. I am not gonna do videos on how to put chirp or radio reference, and another software which I'm going to introduce on here as well that I like. I'm not going to show you how to download that and put it on your computer. I'm just going to show you how to program the radios with chirp. So that's going to be in the next video. So until next time, which is going to be very soon because I'm doing the videos today if I can, while I've got the house to myself. Yeah, okay, see you again.